Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 10. We are hearing how Narad Muni is saying that, when we have excess, when there's excess money, then there is excess unnecessary sense gratification, which leads one to sinful activities. So he's now considering how to help these two sons of Kuvera, Manigriv and Nala Kuvera. Daridro Niraham Stambho
दरिद्रो निरहं स्तम्भो
Mukta Sarva Mader Iha
मुक्त सर्वमतिर्थ इह
Krichram Yadra Chay Apnoti
कृच्छ्रं यत्र चयम् अयाप्नोति
Tadhi Tasya Param Tapaha.
तद्धि तस्य परं तप.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. A poverty-stricken man must automatically undergo austerities and penances because he does not have the wealth to possess anything. Thus his false prestige is vanquished. Always in need of food, shelter, and clothing, he must be satisfied with what is obtained by the mercy of Providence. Undergoing such compulsory austerities is good for him because this purifies him and completely frees him from false ego. A saintly person voluntarily accepts a state of poverty just to become free from material false prestige. Many great kings left their princely standard of living and went to the forest to practice austerity according to Vedic culture, just to become purified. But if one who cannot voluntarily accept such austerity is put into a situation of poverty, he automatically must practice austerity. So Prabhupada is explaining here that before we see the kings, they would rule for some time and then they would retire. They would hand over the kingdom to somebody responsible, and they themselves would go to the forest to take up some austerity for self-realization. And then Prabhupada is explaining if one cannot voluntarily take up austerity, but if one is put into that situation of poverty, then one is forced to accept austerity. Austerity is good for everyone because it frees one from material conditions. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, acts of charity, penance, and sacrifice should never be given up. Right? So austerity is good. Austerity in Krishna consciousness. So we observe fasting on Ekadashi, or fasting on Janmashtami, or Gaur Purnima. So therefore, if one is very much proud of his material position, putting him into poverty is the best way to rectify his foolishness. Daridrya dosho guna rashi nashi. When a person is poverty stricken, naturally his false pride and aristocracy, wealth, education, and beauty is smashed. Thus corrected, he is in the right position for liberation. So if one is poor, so then the one is more easier to surrender to God, easier to take shelter of God. Otherwise we may want to take shelter of wealth, education, beauty, or high birth, high family. But if nothing is there, then we may be forced to take shelter of Krishna. It's very natural. Nityam shut shama dehasya.
Nityam Shutsyama Dehasya
Daridras Daridrasyana Kankshinaha
Daridrasyana Kankshinaha
Indriyani Anushushyanti
Indrayani Anushusyanti
Himsapi Vinivartate.
Himshapi Vinivartate.
Always hungry, longing for sufficient food, a poverty-stricken man gradually becomes weaker and weaker. Having no extra potency, his senses are automatically pacified. A poverty-stricken man, therefore, is unable to perform harmful, envious activities. In other words, such a man automatically gains the results of the austerities and penances adopted voluntarily by saintly persons. So this is Narad Muni is saying this because he's seeing these two sons, Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvara, because of so much wealth, high birth, good education, and so much wealth, beauty. They have become, they are engaging in sinful activities now. Yeah, they're completely in illusion and engaging in sinful activities. So Narad Muni is considering. And then he's saying if one is poor, one is forced to take up, naturally one takes up the austerities, and then one gets the benefit also of the austerity. According to the opinion of experienced medical practitioners, diabetes is a result of voracious eating, and tuberculosis is a disease of undereating. We should desire neither to be diabetic nor to be tubercular. So balance. Yavad artha prayojanam. We should eat frugally and keep the body fit for advancing in Krishna consciousness. So now we can see there's more and more diseases coming up with our modern lifestyle actually. With the stress, with the lack of, because we sit for long hours. So there's so many other ailments of the body coming up. So whereas Krishna says, don't eat too much, don't eat too little, don't sleep too much, don't sleep too little. So what is the body meant for? Body is meant to advance in Krishna consciousness, to hear and chant, serve Krishna. As recommended elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.10, Kamasya Nendriya Pritir Labho Jiveta Yavata Jivasya Tattva Jigyasa Na Artho Yascheha Karma Bihi. The real business of human life is to keep oneself fit for advancement in spiritual realization. Human life is not meant for making the senses unnecessarily strong so that one suffers from disease and one increases in an envious fighting spirit. So this is what this body is for. Keep the body fit, engage in hearing and chanting, worshipping the deity in the association of devotees. In this age of Kali, however, human civilization is so misled that people are unnecessarily increasing in economic development, and as a result, they are opening more and more slaughterhouses, liquor shops, and brothels. In this way, the whole civilization is being spoiled. Unnecessary economic development. That economic development is needed to a certain degree, yes, but when it becomes too much, it leads to um, sinful activity, unnecessary killing of animals, as we are seeing now. Unnecessary killing of animals. More and more liquor everywhere, brothels. Any comments?
No, it's
No.
okay.
Okay. Daridrasyeva yuchyante
Daridrashcheva yuchante
sadhava samadarshinaha
sadhava samadarshana
sadbihi shinoti tam tarsham.
Shadbhi tam tarsham
tata arad vishuddhyate.
tata arad vishuddhyate.
Saintly persons may freely associate with those who are poverty-stricken, but not with those who are rich. A poverty-stricken man, by association with saintly persons, very soon becomes uninterested in material desires, and the dirty things within the core of his heart are cleansed away. It is said, Mahad Vichalanam Nirnam Grihinam Dina Chetasam, Bhagavatam 10.8.4. The only business of a saintly person or sannyasi, a person in the renounced order, is to preach Krishna consciousness. So a sadhu. Sadhu is one who gives us Krishna consciousness, preaching Krishna consciousness. Sadhu, saintly persons want to preach to both the poor and the rich, but the poor take more advantage of the sadhu's preaching than the rich do. A poor man receives sadhus very quickly, offers them obeisances, and tries to take advantage of their presence, whereas a rich man keeps a big greyhound dog at his door so that no one can enter his house. He posts a sign saying, Beware of dog, and avoids the association of saintly persons, whereas a poor man keeps his door open for them, and thus benefits by the association more than a rich man does. Prabhupada is explaining. Rich man is inside the house, dog is outside guarding the door. Rich man doesn't even come to know that there is a sadhu outside. Yeah. But a poor man, his door is always open. He's there. He receives the sadhu, welcomes him, take advantage of his association. Because Narad Muni in his previous life was the poverty-stricken son of a maidservant, he caught the association of material persons and later became the exalted Narad Muni. This was his actual experience. Therefore, he is now comparing the position of a poor man with that of a rich man. So, Narad Muni, previous life he was a small he was the son of a maidservant, and she was serving the Vedantists who had come, the devotees who had come there during the 4 months of Chaturmasya, and he was helping his mother serve the devotees. That's how he became Narad Muni in the next life. He was so fortunate to receive their mercy. He served them. He had their remnants, and he got this intense attraction for devotional service. He became Narad Muni in the next life. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kataha tajoshanada swapavarkavartamani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramish anukramishyati. Bhagavatam 3:25-25. If one gets the advantage of association with saintly persons, by the instructions one becomes more and more purified of material desires. So, the benefit of association with the sadhu, that our heart gets purified. We can let go of our material desires, which are keeping us here in the material world. We can more and more take advantage of hearing and chanting, more and more understand the transcendental knowledge. Krishna Bhir Mukhahaya Bhoga Vancha Kare Nikatastha Maya Tare Japatya Dhare Prema Vivartha. Material life means that one forgets Krishna and that one increases in one's desires for sense gratification. So this is material life that we want to enjoy separate from Krishna, sense gratification. And real life is to enjoy together with Krishna, engaging senses in Krishna's service. and getting the real enjoyment, the real pleasure of the heart, where the heart is filled with bliss. But if one receives the advantage of instructions from saintly persons and forgets the importance of material desires, one is automatically purified. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shikshashtakavan. Unless the core of a materialistic person's heart is purified, he cannot get rid of the pangs of bhava mahadavagni, the blazing fire of material existence. This fire is burning in our heart with so many material desires that we have collected since time immemorial. So by sadhu sangha, the sadhu can help us get rid of this hard knot that which we have, the hard attachment to this material world, material desires. Sadhuna samachittanam
Sadhunam sama chittanam
mukunda charanaishinam
mukunda charanashinam
upekshye kim dhanastambir
upekshe kim dhanastambhir
asadbir asad ashraye.
ashadbhir ashad aryabhi aryaye.
Saintly persons, sadhus, think of Krishna 24 hours a day. They have no other interest. Why should people neglect the association of such exalted spiritual personalities and try to associate with materialists, taking shelter of non devotees, most of whom are proud and rich? So, sadhu, he's thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day. Krishna is saying, always think of me. Krishna is not saying think of me sometimes or every other day or 5 minutes a day. He's saying engage your mind in always thinking of me. Become my devotee. So that's the sadhu. He's a devotee of Krishna. It's always thinking of Krishna. So we should associate with the sadhus. A sadhu is one who is engaged in devotional service to the Lord without deviation. Bhajate mam ananya bhav. Titikshava karuna kaha. Suhrida sarvadehinam. Ajata shatrava shanta. Sadhava sadhu bhushanaha. The symptoms of a sadhu. So now, what are the symptoms of a sadhu? He is tolerant, merciful, friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Bhagavatam 3.25.21. So these are the qualities of a sadhu. A sadhu is Surida Sarva Dehinam, the friend of everyone. Why then should the rich, instead of associating with sadhus, waste their valuable time in association with other rich men who are averse to spiritual life? Both the poor man and the rich man can take advantage of the Krishna consciousness movement. And here it is advised that everyone do so. There's no profit in avoiding the association of the members of the Krishna consciousness movement. Narottam Das Thakur has said, Satsanga chari kainu asate vilas, te karane lagila ye karma bandha fas. If we give up the association of sadhus, saintly persons, engaged in Krishna consciousness, and associate with persons seeking sense gratification and accumulating wealth for this purpose, our life is spoiled. So, associating with the sadhus. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying, associate with the devotees of the Krishna consciousness movement to make our life sublime. The word asat refers to a Vaishnav who is not a devotee of Krishna, and Sat refers to a Vaishnav, Krishna's devotee. One should always seek the association of Vaishnavas and not spoil one's life by mixing with Vaishnavas. We are not able to understand the importance of our human life, and that this life, at any moment it can go. Any moment can we maybe have to leave this body. So we should take advantage of the sadhu sangha, association with the devotees. How to associate with the devotees? By hearing and chanting in their association. We hear from the devotees, we chant together with them. In Bhagavad Gita 7.15, the distinction between Vaishnava and Avaishnava is enunciated. Namam duskritano mudha prapadyante naradamaha maya apaharata jnana asuram bhavam ashritaha. Anyone who is not surrendered to Krishna is a most sinful person, dushkriti, a rascal, mudha, and the lowest of men, naradama. Therefore, one should not avoid the association of Vaishnavas, which is now available all over the world in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement. So Prabhupada is saying, in fact, take advantage of the association of the sadhus. The Krishna consciousness movement is everywhere. So associate with the devotees. Hear and chant in the association of devotees. Did you want to add anything?
No, I think all okay.
All okay? Let's
Yeah.
read one more then.
Okay, okay.
Tad aham matayor madhvya
Tat aham matyor madhavya
varunya shri madandayoho
varunya srimadhandhyayo
tamo madam harishyami
tamo madam harishyami
strena ajitatmanoho.
Sreyayor ajitlatmano.
Therefore, since these two persons, drunk with the liquor named Varuni or Madhvi, and unable to control their senses, have been blinded by the pride of celestial opulence, and have become attached to women, I shall relieve them of their false prestige. When a sadhu chastises or punishes someone, he does not do so for revenge. Maharaj Parikshit had inquired why Narad Muni was subject to such a spirit of revenge, tamaha. But this was not tamaha, for Narad Muni, in full knowledge of what was for the good of the two brothers, wisely thought of how to cure them. Vaishnavas are good physicians. They know how to protect a person from material disease. Parikshit Maharaj was asking why did Narad Muni curse the two brothers. So here Sukadev Goswami is explaining us that Narad Muni, he is a Vaishnav. He wants to see everyone happy. Here he's seeing the two brothers unnecessarily intoxicated, become too prideful, wasting their lives, wasting this the opportunity that they have. So yeah, Prabhupada is saying Vaishnavas are good physicians. A good doctor can give us the good medicine to cure the disease. So that's how a Vaishnava is, to cure our material disease. Thus, they are never in tamogana. Sagunan samatiyaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Vaishnavas are always situated on the transcendental platform, the Brahman platform. They cannot be subject to mistakes or the influence of the modes of material nature. So the pure devotee, the Vaishnava, he is liberated. He is not bound by the modes of nature. He is equal. He can see everyone equally. He understands I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am eternal servant of Krishna, and he sees everyone that way. Whatever they do after full consideration is meant just to lead everyone back home, back to Godhead. So this is the heart of the Vaishnava. Whatever they do, it is for our benefit so that we can go back home, back to Godhead. So this is why Narad Muni cursed the two brothers. He saw them wasting. He wanted to give his mercy to them so they can also become devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Vaishnava we, as I know, like who pray to Krishna or Vishnu, right?
Yes,
So, and Sheo who like pray to Lord Shiva.
Shaivites. Yeah.
Yeah. So here Vaishnava means what? Like is the same or something related with some
Vaishnava is devotee of Lord Krishna.
the same, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. A Vaishnava is a pure devotee.
Pure devotee of Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a devotee, Vaishnava. Mm.
Mm. Yeah, but in general, we don't have follow like pure word. We just
Yeah.
add like, yeah, right?
Because once one devotee had asked Lord Chaitanya that I'm
Mm.
a family man, how can I uh, increase my spiritual life? Lord Chaitanya told him, you chant the holy name and you serve the Vaishnava. Then Lord Chaitanya asked, who is a Vaishnava? Lord
Mm-hmm.
Chaitanya said, anyone chanting Hare Krishna, anyone who has once chanted Hare Krishna is
Mm-hmm.
a Vaishnava.
Oh, okay.
Then the next year, again, the same person, again, Lord Chaitanya was asked, who's a Vaishnava? Lord Chaitanya said, one who's regularly chanting Hare Krishna,
Mm.
he is a Vaishnava. Then the next year, again, Lord Chaitanya was asked the same question, who is a Vaishnava? Lord Chaitanya said, by looking at anyone, if others are chanting Hare Krishna, he is a Vaishnava.
Mm.
So we can see that, of course, one who's just first time chanted Hare Krishna means, okay, in future he's going to become a pure devotee. His devotional life has started.
Mm.
He will reach the Vaishnav platform
Mm.
soon. One who's regularly chanting, he's already purifying himself. Very soon, even he is going to be situated on the high platform, Uttamadhikari platform. He may be Madhyam now. So a
Mm.
Vaishnav, of course, is a very high word.
High word. Yeah, that's why I was worried because
Yeah,
Narad Muni is the
yes.
super pure
Yeah,
devotee. Yeah.
yes. So Vaishnav, not easy to be
Not easy
Vaishnav.
to be Vaishnav. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Narad Muni is a Vaishnava.
Yeah.
We are trying to become devotees.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we see ourselves, trying to become devotees.
Mm.
Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Slowly we have to elevate, right?
that's right.
Yeah. First stage, second stage, third stage. But this, even the first stage person also can call Vaishnav because he or she has started.
That's right.
Okay. Understand.
Yeah. But of course, we do, yeah. But then we do understand that there's, as we said, levels, right?
Yeah. Levels.
Yeah,
Yeah. One, two,
yeah.
three. Yeah. There is
There's a
levels.
levels.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening and joining. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur
Jai
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.